Hello and welcome to the Tomcast. I'm Tom, president and dictator for life of 515comics.com. There's a couple things that have happened recently. If you missed it on the last video that wasn't technically a Tomcast, I announced that I was starting a Patreon, so that's a thing that happened. And I want to say a special thank you to the first few people who have signed up to be patrons on Patreon. I really appreciate it. So far, right now, if you want to support the comic, you can get all of the extra stuff that I'm posting for just $1 a month. It's a great way to help me come up with a little extra funding and make it a little bit easier to keep the site running. And you get to see basically whatever I can come up with. So far, it's just been the original run of, well, not the original run, I gotta find that, but the second run of Nextuus as it ever existed online. 7 whole pages of the previous iteration of the comic. And then ever since I launched it about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I've also been posting all the pages with their pencils and inks, which is not something that I usually post online. So if you're curious for a little behind the scenes look and a little extra commentary on the pages as they come out, go check out the Patreon, chip in a little bit if you can, and keep an eye on it, because I might be doing some new stuff with it. I don't know, I'm still kind of figuring it out as I go, which is sort of my thing. In other news, Cedar Rapids Comic-Con is tomorrow, and if you recall way back in the long ago when I talked about making goals for Cedar Rapids Comic-Con, I was going to finish these, which I have. Look how cool it is. Oh, yeah, focus, yeah. Oh, I like that a lot. So, and it just says Nextuus on the back. It's got a little straight pin on it. So yeah, so my buddy Jet 3D printed these for me, and this week I finally got around to painting them and getting them ready. I did end up spray painting them black and then going over with a couple layers of lighter paint to get them to look the way they do now. They're not perfect, but I like them a lot, and I definitely think that they're very eye-catching and very cool looking. So I'm thrilled that tomorrow I will have these for sale for the first time at Cedar Rapids Comic-Con. Next thing I wanted to just kind of set a goal for, I also mentioned in the previous video that I wanted to have 5 or 6 masks to take to shows at all times. That's not going to happen for Cedar Rapids Comic-Con because it's just not going to happen for Cedar Rapids Comic-Con. But before I make any more masks, before I start putting work into just other masks that I want to sell, the next mask that I want to attempt to make is this one. It is the one that is worn by the Waywachrie council member Burenna in the comic. It has been requested back in the end of 2016 when I was still talking about making masks for the first time. It was requested by a very talented cosplayer here in Iowa that I make that mask so that she could cosplay as Burenna. So I should actually freaking do that. So that's going to be one of the next things that I attempt to tackle. Now that Cedar Rapids Comic-Con is all up on us, as soon as that's done and behind me, I'll have a little break. I don't know exactly when my next con is going to be, but I think I've got some time between shows. And so I'd really like to, that one's kind of been hanging over me all 2017. I didn't do it. So I really want to do it now because, one, it would be really awesome to see someone cosplay one of the existing characters in the comic. And two, it's a cool mask. And if I can make it once, I can make it more than once. So I definitely think that there might be some interest in that particular mask because it's got big horns and it's cool looking. So I'm looking forward to giving that one a try. Anyway, that's really all I wanted to do today. Thanks as always for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow at Cedar Rapids Comic-Con. I'm going to be on a panel with the great podcast Panels and Pizza. Pizza and panels? I'm gonna be honest, I haven't listened to the podcast yet. I'm hoping that maybe I will listen to one at least on the way out, because I don't really know much about it other than they have pizza and they talk about comics. I mean, so it really sounds good. I think it's gonna be great. Anyway, if you're going to Cedar Rapids Comic Con, the panel is tomorrow morning at 10:30 in panel room 1, I think. That's probably right. Anyway, I hope to see you there. If you're not going to be at Cedar Rapids Comic Con, thanks for watching. And you guys, keep your stick on the ice.